let's get this show on the road. And so when I say on the road, I mean on the road. Well, hello people, welcome to the stream. And as the title does mention, I may or may not play this game ever again. So, as I've mentioned previously in a streamer video, I was working on an arc, or a final ship. Generally, I call it an arc, it's just going to be a magic ship that disappears. So yes, been working on it, and we've got a few little touch-ups on the interior. Other than that, we'll be done. It did have some weird fish wings, but then I realised, yeah, let's test it without it, and it kind of breaks. When I say kind of, I mean it breaks, but why has it got? What in God's name's happened here? Some weird marital nonsense. Must be from early on. Oh well, that's fine. Shut down here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay. A little bit of small hiccup there, but yeah, more or less, we have ourselves a wonderful, wonderful. I was expecting to come out anyway. I don't know. I did that. Wonderful ship, and yeah, it is going to be a skip ship. And why is it complaining on the widget? Widget, what do you want? YouTube's not receiving enough anything. It'll be fine. So yes, what we'll be doing is finishing off the ship and interior. Mainly, this ship it's light armored. It's got some protection in armor thickness, slightly places, but it's also got guns galore, and it's got missile launchers that don't shoot roll the rocket launchers, but pretend the missiles. So I can fire some rockets here. I can fire some rockets here. I can fire some rockets here. I've got none on the bottom, but think of them as discount missile launchers just for the fun of it. I just wanted to put them in smooth. I was like, it'd be fine. I mean, unless the ship was overhead and I can light them up. Other than that, oh well. But yeah, it's mainly hangar space. So I've actually got a hangar. I've got what I would refer to as the ground vehicle hangar, or just a smaller one, and the main ship hangar, and a bit of dead space. And where I am right now is where I'm creating this little wall for the ventilation controls for the hangar, and then we have, well, I'm going to put a hole, probably a step up and a hole here to connect into the side corridors. But more or less, I've just put this gravity generator in, so I can check on that side how far it goes. But basically, as you can see here, we've got ourselves the big heavy door. We've got a bit of maintenance back here. That's the idea. Then we're back here. We've got this hallway for some reason. I swear these textures used to be better than this. I know, I've really looked at interior. It has changed though, because I was going to say it's round. I think I've switched it up. Either that, it's the plastic armor that's on it. Ugh, that actually makes more sense now. Hold on a second. Have I been a complete idiot? Yep. That makes more sense. Didn't realise it changes that much, honestly. That is neat to know. Didn't realise it had changed all that much. Was wondering why it looked weird, but anyway, it's all plastic armor, so it's all clean with all its little panel defects and all that. So yeah, we've got the interior walls down there. Then we get to this room, which is currently, I think this is where I want to use these two side rooms as. No, where am I? Is this room? Well, I want to connect back up into this side, so I'm going to probably chuck a hole in it and say, yeah, and this can reach down here. Probably maintenance hallway for this part of the ship. There isn't much here then. It's back to this part of the ship, which leads back to the side corridors. Go at the back of the end, which leads to the side corridors here. Then there's one up here, which leads to the top deck, but it's also connected down here to this. So then this leads to here, which then leads to. Let's actually just enjoy walking this part actually. So got a section of the ship here, bit of glass installed. Leads to back here. I don't think I'm trying to get in this ship and not being chucked out at the spectator cam. This leads to anything going beyond here. This is hangar, so apologies. This should then, like I said, this leads up to the upper deck, and that's where gravity cuts off. Neat. Which leads to this way, which then leads up here, which then leads to back here, which is then the jump drives, refineries, assemblers. Which just make prototype stuff. They should make all stuff as well as the prototype stuff, really. I mean, the refinery just refine quicker anyway, but yeah. They assemble the refineries, gyroscopes in the back. That's this side, and then this staircase mirrored on each side leads up to what is bridge deck, essentially, with the cargo being stored here. And then we've got the big classic grand staircase of importance to the bridge, because I make tall bridges for some different reason. And we have bridge. This has got this bridge control here, so you're lined up. It's got a double system of glass. There's no corner piece that fits this inverted. So, or sorry, inverted, say upside down, but it's still inverted. Which, so annoyingly enough, let's put gravity generator. Do I want it here or do I want it down here? Probably down here would be more fun. Just check if there's any cut off. But yeah, so I've got it doubled skinned bridge, or double glass skinned, a bit of armor protection. I kind of like the bridge looks. It's a little, like, so for being tall, I managed a little bit of Venator inspired with the side guns. There's also some doors here, lead you onto here. Is this just post? It's just post. Surprised the camera's even made a buzz because it's been bloody fogged up. So that's that, that's that. So we're saying, right, gravity generators in the hangar, which is here. So let's just double check our bloody grav. So it's like coming along, grav, 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 2 grav, to 1 grav, right, there is a transition. Probably could get a few blocks back, but it'll do. 2G is not going to kill anyone too massively, so yeah. As I said, it's got double skinned, we're kind of inspired by the Venator a bit. A little bit weak armor here, so, but it's also interior. I think the bridge is it's a bit light, but big chunk of armor here. So under bridge support. I did a bit of testing for the bridge to really get targeted with the turrets, so we're probably fine with the roof. It's just rather thick, so yeah. It's the bridge. If it gets taken out, that's kind of the point. It's funny. Big block of armor for the back here, and we get onto the back, which is this. And we're using prototype thrusters. We're using prototype tech. So we've got the big thrusters with a thin armor case, buried in with more batteries and gyroscopes here, there, and everywhere. So I think we're probably currently lacking underside thrust a touch. But in the same breath, do I care? It works. Ain't landing on the moon. I mean, topside thrust, I want to actually rip out this line. Actually, do I want this line as well? Because honestly, I don't need it. It's got too much at the top, so there we go. We've cleaned it up. We've got engine butt tons back here. We got the big ones. On the side, I know we're lacking a bit in comparison, so I could probably afford to get rid of these ones, but these are just there for that. And this is this weird extension I did, so I literally had this as something different. I realised, oh, I can just probably bolt this curvature on, and then I built the thrusters in, so this just got a bit extra, and an extra chunk of armour. So I've managed to stay away from my mass armour building style, which I typically slight over engineering, using some of the redundant turrets as well, which are quite mean looking, but more point defense looking as well. Made in space. Made in space. Get a bit of buzz from, right, that's neat, that's cool. Got some catwalks around the doors. That door's still open. I keep getting this. In the blueprint, it's just got an early version that's just saved open. So that's that. I do believe the only thing last thing to show of worth a note is the other side door. Personnel side door, which is somewhere. Where did I put that thing again? Oh, here it is. Literally back here. Bang bang. And you're into lower bridge. Apologies for coughing again. And that. So today's job of finishing off interior and wrapping up this as a project to then jump and then say goodbye to SE-1. I think I've been doing well for interior wise. I've been doing my... I know I'm not normally the most detailed player. I mean, I normally give up with SE. But to be fair, thinking about this room, I've realised recently that it's literally skin thick. So, without removing too much, I'm speaking like this now randomly. We are planning on messing around with this just a tad, because I kind of want it a little bit more armoured. I mean, no one's going to complain too much about that. Well, I mean, it ruins the styling a little bit, but... Boggy pig. Let's just do... I know I did a bit of reinforcements here. That's the reason why I couldn't replace the floor, because it was technically the outer hull. So, there is a very thin line between this and the outer hulls. That's why I've just done that. So that should, give it another block from the outer hull, which is this. I mean, I know this is only about another few blocks, but it's got a little bit of extra armor, even if it's half blocks. Now the wall thinness. Do we bother with this, or do we just call it a little bit of a whoopsie? I mean, this has got thickness. This hasn't. Do we add ribbing? Do we try and I don't want to go too mad with... I know I don't want to over-engine the outside too much, but... Do we, say, rip a hole into this? guess that's an. Do we say do? Because the front's got some aggressive lines in our will limit, and I mean I like that curvature, but I'm not exactly reliant on it. I mean that's minorly smooth enough. I mean I can get rid of that, but could do that. And we could do that. We'll leave this having like a line cut out here, that'll be fine, that's not too badly, but that'll be light enough of a detail line, because I have got some going down on long ship, I know where they go flat and curve out, so it's not completely overkill in that sense. And then but that should actually be a little bit of a there we go. I mean it's not pretty, but the point still stands, that long straight bit has been reinforced, so then it isn't exactly one block thick anymore, is it? It's one here, but it's also got a bit there, so I think I've technically just made it not much difference. Yeah, creep. That wasn't actually the plan. I mean, if we move this, and then we grab this. Or do we want this one? This, that's what you want. And I can extend this out. We could probably actually increase the armor value instead of just redesigning that pointlessly to a full block, so that means you get full armor protection there. Then you get the partial block armor. There we go, that's an improvement. Then we replace that half block with one of these. Then this gets us like, okay, that is probably is best way to get without massively redesigning the entire, well, front of the ship. I'll just do that for a cute little, what do we wanna, can we squeeze in a, easily enough, and this is gonna be the slight ugly bit, but I think the sacrifice was worth it. I can tell the bell's getting actually a bit clearer because it's been going out more often now. Do you just leave as yeah. I mean it's not pretty, but without looking at it from below, the line works quite clearly. I mean, you got this. You can still searchlight something there. That would probably make a bit more sense with like a base pad thing. That would be more reasonable. But yeah, the actual hull's now been. Actually, check the bell might be an idea. Yeah, that was actually. Well, I say post. The guy I was posting with, which is this guy's actual Royal Mail post. That's good to know. Right, ignore the door belt. So that's actually been improved armor value wise. So at least we've got a single block wall and then outside hull. A bit more appreciated, especially for the front of the ship. I mean, this is probably still the weakest bit, but isn't as bad. So that's improvement there. Let's get back to the interior. I think I want to start installing lights. I know, me and lights, that's a bit of a rarity. Let's actually go to the front of this. I mean, go front to back. I don't know, this is observation. The railguns are right above us. Probably want to install venting as well somehow. How am I going to do venting? That's a good point. Jesus Christ, James, you've got so much to do and not much of a plan to do it. Right. Probably we're going to be sneaky. And I've got how much hull space is above this room. Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, yeah, it's not that level armored, and the guns are not lined in. You have to do it. Well, that'd be an easy fix, because that would just be chucking in pipes in here. What I'm going I'll just got old songs in my head then. Just randomly. Here's a line from a song you haven't heard in years. I say years, I probably had a bit of a recession? Not a recession, a re-emergence of a few old 2000 songs that were. It's like, give me 2000 songs now, and it's like, oh, okay, here we go, here's the entire list. Ooh, this is probably a daft clever idea. We'll grab a vent. We'll grab a vent. Where's a vent? That's not right, vent. An vent. I want Let's grab the other vent. Vent. Voila. So you do vent things. And then you can connect to here. And then you could do gun. Aha. And that's another issue. I thought I was being sneaky. So we're gonna do a little bit of a cheat. A bit of extra detail in inverted commas. Not simply adding more and more forms of ribbing in the room. That probably helps a bit more, like you think, structurally. It kind of works. There we go, that's gonna hide the pipes. It's the pipes are calling. This is when you realise I can just bolt some railguns there. Just bolt some railguns. Who cares about if it's gonna work with the R or not? I'm gonna do that. That connects an air point. And I'm using more bloody junctions than I want to. Because I say I'm not using that many. There aren't absolute butt tons, but there are quite a few for what it is. So technically, if there's any oxygen generators or tanks on this ship, it will work. And the point that you can't find any on here is oxygen. Bit of the funny thing. And or hydrogen, to be fair. I mean, I could probably chuck an hydrogen tank here. It's probably one of the few safe places to chuck it. Or do we want to do one of these? And then, I mean, these are right next to the reactors, but yeah, they're not close enough to each other to set each other off at least. So if you hit these, you might take out part of the pipe network, but they essentially loop around anyway. And I was thinking, I like how these are like oxygen, but these are H2O2. Bloody name convention. Do I just randomly decide to go, oh, let's just install this in here and do the same with this? I mean, yeah, probably chuck. Not entirely sure how this is gonna work, but bit leery how I'm gonna do this room, because that is outer hull. I think if that is staircase down there, I can then square this off at least then, so I've got flat hull, and then that's interior wall nonsense. We're gonna put at least that, so then that leads down to here, which leads to squeaky odd maintenance, which no one cares about too deeply, so that can be as messy as you want it to be. That's good. Then I think we're gonna potentially have a bit of staircase. What if we have a lock? What if you have locked in your throat? So we're gonna say and then we get the doors that we want. Where are the doors? Where are the doors at? Doors at? Whoa! I'm singing a bloody fast. It's randomly in my head. Oh yeah, that tune. I remember that tune from years ago. Stuck in the head now. There we go. We have another airlock system. So these doors are there. This is here. Well, we flat off the roof. I'm just going to install lights at some point. I did say, but that's going out the window. Right, and then we flat that. There we go. We're creating room to floor, all the way to here. I mean, it's not particularly. I'll just get like an interior block or something and. I mean, it's windows, so it's not like it's not meant to be armored, but having general structural armor in places would be nice. Be nice, right? That leads to here, and that's where I'm gonna put probably living. I was gonna say interior nonsense is here, but the reactors are here anyway. So all I think of then is the doors to reactors, which has got this reactor and you got these reactors. So I'll probably have a bunch of decorative rooms in this area, and this area because it's all nonsense. So other than that, I do not think either this room is slowly venting or it's permanently. It is. It's pressurized, which means all this is pressurized, which means all this is pressurized, which means all this is pressurized. So if this gets hit, the entire front part of the ship gets depressurized. Oh, this is where making decisions on the fly was not smart. We're only going to have a single door airlock here. We're not that arsed about this area. This area can generally sod off after this. We're not too arsed about how it feels, looks, and that gives me an excuse to wall this off. So it's like, okay, we don't see that. I mean, I'm not really too bothered about how this looks, but we could probably place that with an air vent. So that this has got a reason to be pressurized by itself. And this pressurizes all the pipes to here. Nothing too concerning. I mean, it'd be quite funny to just put some doors here and there. And these aren't pressurized. Somehow, I mean, where do these leak? here. Alright, they do leak there. So we could just argument for argument's sake, do this. So then, saying these are the Prototech engines. I'm half a fan of Prototech. I kind of like it, kind of don't. But for engineering's sake, here's your engines if you don't want to get burnt. And this pipeline. That's what the door doesn't. Just randomly. Probably open close door quick. So that will pressurize under here. I mean, I probably can get passageways. I forgot about this. Probably gonna do something like this, just to be awkward, and then so that's like this. That's the transfer to this. No one's particularly arsed, but that. I forget about this. Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of micro blocks. I forgot about them. I forgot like a small, a separate grid kitchen area. Oh. I'll just use big blocks, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, that's that. We have this. I mean, you know, it's when I keep playing the SE and I keep finding new stuff. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this existed. Oh, I didn't know this existed. I mean, it's, you kind of can see the dark, but lights. I mean, it might be decorative down here. It might not be. But let's. I'm half thinking this is like dumb storage engineering, not like main engineering, so it doesn't really. It's kind of like here's one desk for down here. After that, it kind of doesn't really matter too much. Lighting's kind of just like. So it is just kind of like DAF storage. Right, sorry, just dump the mate then. Lights. Here's your radius. Let's make it bigger. Just set them to max to see how it looks on the outside. I'm not randomly lighting up the entire ship. Just part of it. Using spectacular camera like an idiot and actually not the good bloody rotation speed. fix it, so it's just lighting up that, which I can live with. Spectator camera's kind of fucked. It's always a dodgy spectator camera. There we go. That's probably more efficient. So lights. We could probably mess around with the intensity. Which probably makes it a bit more bearable, to be fair. Lights. Fall off. Lights. So we've got a lights. We're going to group this as low eng lights. Save. Turn off terminal. So this is low engineering lights. It's just orange. There we go. That should be fine. The first rooms don't have lights because they get burned off anyway. You come up here, you come around here. And that's not completed yet, but that's fine. We'll install some stairs here. That's that. That's that. That is that. Right, and then we're into here. Now let's probably do this front to back, I think. These side rooms I can do another time. I say another time, probably in a bit. I do plan to get this more or less wrapped up. So as natural lighting isn't too bad, to be fair. So I'm just going to just think about backlighting it maybe. We're going to do some oddities with this. Grab this light. And sort of just and then I think, yeah, we're going to perhaps mull that a bit more. Mess around with the fall off a bit maybe. Full fall off, doesn't matter. Intensity, put it down. Leave offset as it is. So I think I'm fine with that. I might make it a bit blue. So I think we're going to make the lighting go blue. Lights. Light. 17. I'm just going to do that. So this could be saved as front rail gun lights. It makes no sense, but it's the front and there's rail guns above it, so it's the front rail gun lights. How's this going to do the outside? This is just going to give it a bit of a, yes, a bit of a red glow for the outside. Thinking the lighting inside is red, but when you actually look from the, look from the inside, it is only slightly red, mainly blue, and a little bit dark in the middle, but it's fine. I mean, it's kind of a pointless room, this. Why does it exist? I don't know. So that should do that, right. That's those lights sorted. What am I doing here? Is this going to have a door of some, a form of a door? Do we want a door? I mean, definitely have a... I think we're going to leave that doorless because I've kind of designed it like an idiot. It looks cool. Doesn't leave vent off right, so we're saying this entire corridor that is connected. This needs venting somehow, but I think I'll do that from above anyway. This leads around here, which leads to this, so this probably we need doors. Probably just going to do internal doors like this, because like I said, I don't really need to airlock everything to oblivion. I just kind of need to make do ship things. So that's that. Why aren't you pressurizing? Oh, it just glitched. Ah, oh, was it the corridor? I might explain it. I think I was gonna door you up as hell, but I can't fucking speak. As well, while I'm here. So a bunch of rooms. But these could be transport corridor rooms. Um, if it's gonna be a corridor room, it's probably what's gonna be interior decoration like in this bit. That's a question now. That is a question. Did the storage come into the storage cupboard? That might be an idea. Or do we just have like a weird, like a? Is this outside? No, it sounds really mad. We could probably score it off, couldn't we? Right, what's that? That's got nothing on that backside. And then we'll install. Like you've got antisocial seating here, but then you've got like more casual. Oh god, I'm getting dizzy now. More casual. Right, seating here. We'll go to this plant pot one. Do you want to install the? Which way looks less weird? We're just gonna install the fish tank here like that. I mean, the glass is a bit odd, but how do we keep the waterway clear and then we just have that against there like that? There's a bookshelf block as well as weapon racks. So then do we just like casually just chuck some lockers here? I swear that's upside down, but it doesn't really matter. Just for the sake of no, that's the right way around. So it's like a bit of a casual but dumbed down storage room. We'll just have some. So the button panel, well, that's interesting. I clear like this is like red alert button. The red button. So that's that. Now we want lights in here, so we'll just install two. Sit and couch. Do this. Light. How do we go more purple in this? I forget. There we are. But I don't want it to be that purple, I want it to be more... Oh, let's go light blue again. Nothing's wrong with light blue. Well, it'd be a bit more intense in here just because you don't want people loitering here too much. But generally, I mean, it leaks into the other rooms a little bit, but it's a calming room. Right, let's go do this. Lights. Side, front, thing. I didn't even group it. It's fine. They don't need to be grouped, these aren't going to be touched, are they? I doubt it's going to be like a red alert system installed anyway, so, but they can be imaginary like this, like, ba-dang! Where-woo. Just have this, like, on a random railgun, should I? Just have that randomly installed. So that's that, that's this. This can then be light. It's turned down a bit. Gets a bit dark down here, but that's because you'll go into maintenance, so you don't really care. It gets a bit dark up here, but you don't really care. So this is just going to be another one of these nameless lights. And then this is when you get up to here. And you enter this section of the world. So that's fine. We can leave that be. I mean, it's not vented currently. I don't hope I'm not venting outside either, but do I want to vent a little pocket room? But how do I vent it? Where can I vent it? In another pipe's just literally... You know what? It won't be too difficult. We're just gonna... If we can... Yeah. Install... Piping. Like... So. Huzzah! Was the event system's gone again in this menu? I keep getting they've changed it slightly and it's ruined my ability to use my eyes. Here they are. I haven't even installed Erdux. I'm gonna leave that alone. I should have done that from the beginning as... Oh yeah, different lights, I forget about them. I keep forgetting everything, it's too many blocks of messages. It's far too many. And it's fine, I'll be transferring over to the new game when it releases on the 24th, so I'm not exactly too arsed anymore about all of SE's features when I'm going to be jumping over. I mean, I bought this in the beta, and then I couldn't play it because I had a crap laptop, so... There we go, she's vented. That is that. So the we'll flow most of my counter capacity. The air will flow in. It will come round. We have airlock, and that deletes air, right? And this comes to this massive ass room. And however, I get it ventilated. But there's a big pipe here, so we're not exactly gonna struggle. It's probably like crew quarters. So do we finish doing the venting and lights first, and then I'll probably finish off the frontal crew quarters probably. That would make sense. Let's get this room vented, which doesn't seem difficult now you look at it. Also, the disc is open, so this is probably not going to help. But picked the wrong section, didn't I? There we go. Like magic. That's about middle-ish of the room. Not middle-like to be on purpose in the middle, but not to the sides where it doesn't get blown up. There we go. This room can now have oxygen. It is ventilated. And then we have this big ass hangar, which I don't think has got any open points currently, so it should be sealed up tight. There's windows everywhere. So now it's questions of how I'm doing this. Because I will be having doors up here to here. I think I need to remember to use the multiple hotbars in a minute, because I'm going to be needing blocks constantly and switching. I think, is this where we, for fun, do this, and have fun, do that. Not going OTT internally doing it, but making a difference to say, right, that's bigger, that's sealed off, this is bigger door, that's sealed off, and then I may do that. Right, so that